What's up, everyone? It's Doug with Retro Geek Gaming, here to bring you another YouTube video blog. Pure and simple, it's just another video. I'm going to talk about the Nintendo 3DS and its recent Direct that it had yesterday. I jotted down some notes here about various games that they showed off. I'm going to talk a little bit about them real briefly. And feel free to put your 2 cents down in the comments below about what you think about anything that was revealed during this Nintendo 3DS Direct. Anything that I may have missed, as well as your thoughts on it. Yeah, basically. So just real quick, we're just going to go down the list here again. Just made some real brief notes and everything. So the first thing that they announced, or one of the first things that they announced, was Super Mario Maker 3DS. Now, I'll be honest, I don't really care for Super Mario Maker. It's not exactly the game that I went off to go buy for my Wii U to play immediately. I might pick it up and try it because I do hear some really interesting things about it, and some of the levels that I've seen played on online seem like they're really fun. So, but they announced the 3DS version, which of course isn't surprising when you have a game of that caliber, a game of that caliber that sells a lot more than what you probably expected, like Splatoon did. You're going to want to try to put it on a system like the 3DS, so it's selling a lot more than the Wii U is. So there's no surprise with that. They also announced that the Street Plaza was going to be getting an update. The update is going to allow you to be able to increase the amount. I think it's like a $5 pay to go up to premium. That's going to allow you to increase from a normal 10 people to be able to visit your plaza to up to 100. And that's something that's really neat. It doesn't really pertain to me because the area that I live in, I'm lucky if I get 5 street passes. Like, I think the most I've ever gotten was 7. I never have broken the 10. But for people that go to conventions and live in that kind of area where there's a lot of people and you're street passing all the time, it makes a ton of sense to do that. So that's a really smart move. And in addition, they're also bringing some more Street Pass games. I'm not going to go into all of them. You can always feel free to go and watch the Nintendo Direct yourself to sort of see footage of these games and stuff like that. But yeah, there's like a fast kart racing one, and there's another one that caught my interest. I don't remember what it was called. But yeah, and it's all going to be bundled together just like the other ones have been before. We can get them all as one packet. I think they're offering one for free initially, something like that. Again, I don't remember 100%. They also announced a new Mario Party game. I don't remember the subtitle that it had, because honestly, I don't really care for Mario Party games. I was more interested in the Wii Party line of games, but Mario Party is just not the thing that's for me. And party games, for the most part, are not really my kind of cup of tea. But it just seemed like it was thing was like, okay, we're going to give you more mini games, and it's like, okay, a lot of the stuff that people have asked you not to do anymore is to create more mini game compilation games. So that's just fine for those people that want that. They also announced, of course, that it's Zelda's 30th anniversary. So as a result, we're getting a lot of Zelda related content, which is just weird because I think Metroid is 30 also, and we're not getting much of anything. But we're getting Zelda Amiibo. Of course, there's going to be Toon Link again, Toon Zelda. There's also going to be a Ocarina of Time based Link, as well as a really cool looking 8-bit Link. So that's really cool, and I hope that that's something that they do with Metroid as well. Maybe when the next Metroid comes out for the NX or whatever, that we get something like that. Maybe we get a really cool like 8-bit Samus amiibo or something like that, to just sort of keep that flow going. So maybe we'll see 8-bit iterations of all the classic NES characters. And we're also going to get Skyward Sword on Virtual Console. If I may speak freely about that, though, I feel like that's a little irksome, only because of the fact that Skyward Sword is already on the Wii, and the Wii U is backwards compatible to the Wii. So it seems like you can just buy Skyward Sword for cheaper on the Wii and just pop in the disc and play it. And then that way you're also not using a lot of space on your Wii U. But for those people that maybe are not interested in it and I don't really know the exact price of Skyward Sword, then maybe want to check it out. That seems like it's a good deal. And if you're the kind of person that doesn't even want to play Wii games, doesn't want to own them physically, that's a good value as well. However, just understand that it is the original version of Skyward Sword. It's not an HD remake or anything like that. It's the original, just per segment as it was on the Wii. So that's the only reason why I have a little bit of a grab about it. They also announced a few games that I really just, again, don't care about. I'm not into them. I'm not saying that the people that are into them are wrong. They're just not personally for me. They include Dragon Warrior, and I think they announced like 7 or something like that, which they've been talking about that game forever. And Pokemon Sun and Moon, they showed some really neat attacks and stuff like that. Pokemon's not for me. I haven't really been into Pokemon since the first generation. The first generation was the one I was into. And a Picross game, which if you're a big puzzle fan and you really like the Picross, they have another one coming out, so that's really cool. They also announced an Ace Attorney game, another Disney game, and they also showed off a tank game, which seemed like it was mighty interesting. I might check that one out, as well as Yokai Watch 2. Now, Yokai Watch 2 is okay in my book. I just don't like the fact that they split it up like the Pokemon games. That's my biggest gripe. That seems like that's just a way to try to milk the series for more money, if you ask me. They also announced a Mario Sports Superstar, which I have a real big problem with, because if you're the kind of person that you bought these games physically already, like, think about this, okay? And you'll probably understand all this towards the end. There's a Mario Tennis, there was a Mario Soccer that was shown of this, horse racing game. I can't remember all the others, but there was 5 sports games. And what's weird about it is that, okay, so you showed off baseball. It's one that I remembered. You already had Mario Strikers that came out. You already had Mario Tennis Open that came out for the 3DS already, and then you're also giving us another tennis game and Mario Strikers. You're bringing a soccer game as well. So it just seems like, and I get that you're trying to maybe show off the capabilities of the 3DS, try to show off how powerful you can get it to run, fit all this stuff in there. That's fine, but again, it just seems like, and I guess as long as they go forward doing this, that's fine, because I'm really sick and tired of them making the game separate anyway. So the fact that they're putting it together as a, Mario Sports Superstar is one big compilation, I'm cool with that. Go forward with that. Give us, for the NX, all the sports games in one, the baseball, the soccer, so that way people don't have to go off and buy them separately. However, I do think that they also work better separately, because if you're just a baseball fan, and that's all you want, you should be able to get that game separately. But, anyways, they also announced a new RPG kind of game. I don't remember what it was called. It was about Oasis and stuff like that. That seems pretty cool. I'm probably going to check that out. That's definitely on my watch out list for the 3DS. It's one of the few games that's coming out within this next year that I really even care about. Because pretty much now we're at the point where the 3DS is done and everything. Another one, though, that I'm looking forward to playing is Sonic Boom Fire and Ice. They showed off some really cool levels with that. And that seems like that's going to be just some good running. Some really good Sonic fun. There was also a Poochie and Yoshi's Woolly World with a Poochie amiibo announced. Darn you, Nintendo, and your amiibos, because of the fact that, this is all that we end up talking about here recently is amiibos. And I get that's also probably a good portion of where your money's coming from. But yeah, Yoshi's Woolly World just appears to be the exact same as what it was on the Wii U, just now they're adding some Poochie levels and some new content in there. So that's really cool that they're doing that. Again, that they're bringing over games from the Wii U over to the 3DS to try and get more sales, because, let's face it, even though the game sold well on the Wii U, doesn't necessarily mean that it can't sell even better for the 3DS. And of course also showing off the capabilities as far as, like, look, we can fit Wii U games on here and stuff like that. And they also showed off Pikmin 3DS. It's a side-scroller this time. A little bit surprised that they did that. I really was surprised they didn't try to go for a full-blown, Pikmin game. Maybe they're just saving that for Pikmin 4, and they figure this is a good little side game. And then what I'm the most interested about Animal Crossing Welcome Amiibo. It's basically Animal Crossing New Leaf with a patch that allows for amiibo support for both the cards as well as for the figures, which is really good because other than Amiibo Festival, I didn't see much of a use for the Animal Crossing amiibo. So this is a good opportunity to use those and to keep Animal Crossing fresh because we didn't get a Wii U Animal Crossing Nintendo. So it's really good that you're at least doing that. And of course, that's pretty much a lot of what they announced. They showed off a new Nintendo 3DS. It's like a Galaxy Purple or something like that. But one of the last things that I want to talk about is the NX. I have it down here at the bottom. NX Talks in 2017. And one of the reasons why is because I don't understand why they're doing this. I can understand maybe showing off the 2016 games, but when they started talking about 2017 games, I started to scratch my head a little bit. I'm like, why are we coming out with 2017 games, Nintendo? 2017 is the year of the NX. So, if it's a portable and a console, you don't need to come out with portable games unless you're going to have some kind of a way to make the 3DS work with it. And again, we already know that because Nintendo is basically just flat out ignoring the Wii U, we have no games coming out this year for the Wii U, and I think there's only one game, which is Zelda, coming out in 2017. I don't know if there's any others that are like third party or indie or anything like that are coming out in 2017. Plus also the fact of the matter is that when it comes to the Wii U, we don't even know if Breath of the Wind is even going to come out for it. You may just decide to just cut your losses and make an NX only game. We don't really know. You're being very silent about the NX. So if the NX is coming out in 2017, it doesn't really seem like that's what you should have done. Like most of these 2017 games should probably have just been delayed and pushed over to the NX. That's just my opinion. And I'm honestly surprised because maybe you figured out that it wouldn't work. Of all these games that are listed, you didn't try Splatoon. Like, I was waiting for that. I kept thinking, okay, so you're showing off Super Mario Maker, you've shown off Yoshi's Woolly World, you showed off all these big-selling Wii U games, and yet Splatoon was a huge hit on the console. I'm surprised you didn't try to make a portable version to complement it in some way, even if it's similar content, you know? But that's just my 2 cents. I just wanted to address that real quick. The video is going on almost 13 minutes. I can see that now. So I'm not really going to try to drag it out much longer, but I just wanted to, because I'm going to go more into the Nintendo NX in other videos and stuff like that. I just wanted to make a real quick video since I'm feeling a little bit better from my recent illness and all that. But yeah, like I said in the beginning, feel free to put your 2 cents down in the comments below about what you think about any of these games that they've announced. Did you see the Nintendo Direct? What did you think about it? What are you most looking forward to? And I'll see you guys next time. I appreciate you watching. Just make sure that you like this video if you enjoyed this content, and let me know that you saw it and that you want to see more content like this in the future. Also, feel free to subscribe to Retro Geek Gaming, since I try to make a video at least once a week talking about various stuff that is both retro, geek, and gaming. And you can also feel free to follow me on Twitter at Retro Geek Gaming, where you can have a conversation with me, suggest future content, as well as maybe get ideas for stuff that I might talk about in the future. But that's going to wrap it up for this video, guys. I appreciate you watching, as always. Have a good one, and I'll see you next time.